over at Booth 105. We're serving up some really great AIP dishes this weekend. We have our new empanadas and our new Slim Mint cookies. Delicious. It was great meeting a lot of people today. So anyway, let me get to the recipe. All right, so we're going to make a shrimp ceviche. I'm going to start with some shrimp, peeled, deveined shrimp, and we're going to cook them in some boiling water. So that can cook in the background while I prepare the other ingredients. Okay, so when you're cooking AIP, one of the main things to remember is there are a lot of foods that you're not going to be able to eat. So you don't want to think in terms of what you're going to be eating, like what food you want to eat. You want to think of a flavor profile that you want to get to. And the flavor profile for a ceviche, for example, is like a Latin flavor profile. And so you're allowed to have your cilantro, you can have your scallions, you can have your parsley, and instead of the green bell peppers that you might be missing, I'm replacing it with cucumber. Cucumber is a green, fresh flavor that will mimic a green bell pepper, okay? Never mind the heat, forget that, we're not gonna get that. But we're gonna replace the zest, lime zest and lime juice is going to give it a real pep, a real zip, okay? So, let's see now. I'm gonna make my marinade for the shrimp while we're waiting for them to cook. And that's gonna involve some olive oil, freshly squeezed lime juice that we prepared earlier, and lime zest. So when you're zesting a lime, you're just going to take one of these, everyone has one of these, and just scrape the lime along the little holes, and then you get the lime zest out. Stop when you get to the white part. You're just going to get the zest, that's where all the flavor is. I use a lot of zest in my AIP cooking. It's such a flavor bomb, it's like a no-brainer. Put some lemon zest, put some lime zest, put some orange zest into something, and it's like killer. So, okay. Got my lime zest, my lime juice, my olive oil, a little bit of salt. Okay, I've got Granny Smith apples, diced very small. You want everything to be small because that's how ceviche is. Everything's small, chopped small. It's like a relish almost sized. Okay, go organic on your apples and your celery because that's your dirty dozen. You want to always make sure you go organic on those. So let's put some apples in there. I'm gonna go before. Cucumbers, and, well, sorry, celery, you're not proportionate, that's okay, it doesn't mind. We're really cooking live here, things happen. So, okay, I've got some flat leaf parsley, delicious green. Everyone thinks parsley is just a garnish. It's not just a garnish, it actually has quite a flavor to it, and I use it in a lot of my dishes, so just my opinion for what it's worth. Okay, parsley, scallions, and cilantro. That's the Asian aspect of the entire flavor. I mean, not Asian, Mexican flavor. Okay, now just gonna stir it up, get it all kind of ready to receive the shrimp when the shrimp finishes cooking. Let me see how they're doing. Take a peek. They take no time at all. It's just really a very quick, bring them to a boil, and as soon as they start boiling, they're done. So you don't want to overcook them, they become rubbery. They do need another minute though. I'm just going to leave them be. And I'll just talk a little bit more about AIP cooking in general. Some of the things I like to do when I'm cooking. I like to, if you miss like cooking with wine, for example, I'll use balsamic vinegar in a sauce instead of wine, balsamic, and a touch of molasses, and that mimics your wine flavor, gives you that flavor that you're looking for in a sauce or a gravy, okay? Umami, really important in cooking. You get that missing sense of flavor. We can get that using coconut aminos, we can use fish sauce, avocado, mushroom, truffle oil, duck fat, bacon. You just find ways to incorporate these ingredients into your dish, and you're going to get like a really good kind of yum yum factor. I don't know how else to put it. That's what umami is, the yum yum factor. Okay. As far as like flavor profiles in cooking, it's like, when you think about Italian food, okay, well, AIP doesn't allow you to have nightshades, so there's no tomatoes, there's no bell peppers, and so what do I do? How can I get to this flavor that I'm looking for? Well, obviously you have your basil and your oregano and your garlic, so you're going to definitely go right off the top. You've got those things. If you want to get a tomato flavor, you can take root vegetables that everyone has laying around. The old paleo people have their sweet potatoes laying around, carrots, onions. You may not have beets. Pick up a beet or two. You cook them, boil them, puree them. Add your aromatics. That's your onions, your garlic, your basil. And then add a dash of balsamic vinegar and lemon juice, and that will give you your acid kick that you need to mimic the tomato flavor. So that's your tomato sauce, okay? Very easy to make. And just make a batch, freeze it, keep little containers in your freezer. You can mix it in with a dish. You need a little tomato. So you want to make a bolognese, whatever, just throw in some tomato sauce, hit it with a little bit of coconut cream, and you're in business. It's like super easy, right? The other thing to remember is mouthfeel. When you're cooking, mouthfeel is the richness and the fattiness of a dish. So if you're not cooking a hunk of meat where it's already inherent, like pork, for example, you're going to add like coconut cream or avocado or some type of an oil to it to give it the rich mouthfeel that you're looking for, so it doesn't taste too light and too dull. I don't know how else to explain it. It coats your mouth and makes you feel like satisfied. Okay. Basically, the other things you can do is using fresh herbs. You know, if you're looking for Italian cooking and stuff, you know, you definitely have your basil and oregano. Everyone knows that. Your Mexican is going to be your cilantro. Asian, you're going to have your ginger, garlic, and scallions right off the bat, and coconut aminos. That trio right there, you add that to anything, and all of a sudden you have your Asian cooking. Let's see, what else did I come up with here? French, cooking tarragon, herb de Provence. They're big on, they love their bay leaves, and you know, you just put some of those things, you incorporate them into the dish, and all of a sudden you have something really good. There's no reason the AIP cooking has to be bland. There's no reason it has to be boring. Just because you're maybe eliminating some things that you're very used to cooking with, don't let it throw you off. Just think about flavor profiles. Forget about ingredients. That's how I do it. That's how I create new recipes for AIP. Is I sit around and I think, well, gosh, I want a salsa verde. What's sort of like a tomatillo? We can't have tomatillos. And I'm like, well, I'm dreaming and thinking, looking at lists of AIP okay things, and all of a sudden the kiwi food jumps out at me. And I'm like, and it's green, bonus round. So it's just, you know, you just come up with these, and then you start adding things, and yeah, it needs a little more acid, it needs a little more sweet. You can use your honey, you can use your, you know, vinegars and different things like that. It's just, it comes together. It's really fairly easy. But if you have a passion for it, and you have and you know your basic ingredients that you can use, you can put things together in different ways that aren't normally the way you would do it. So, all right, shrimp appear to be cooked. Yes, they do. All right, so I've got my bowl of ice water here. What you want to do is you want to take them out and you want to plunge them into the ice water so to stop the cooking process. You don't want them turning into rubber bands on you, okay? So, try not to make a mockery of this. Here we go. Okay, good. Now, put it over here. Let it sit for just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Turn the burner off so I don't burn myself. Okay. This is the marinade. So there's one other ingredient I saved for last, and that's the avocado. So the avocado is another thing you're going to add whenever you're making a Latin or a Mexican dish. It's go-to, you know, but go to it last because it's mushy and it's going to turn brown. So right before you're ready to serve it, cut it open, scoop it out, very gently dice it up, and fold it in. Like, you know, don't mash it and squish it and make a mess out of it. I don't want guacamole mixed in with this. I just want cubes of avocado. So, you know, and I bought a few spares because the other thing I noticed is especially when there's someone watching you, you cut one open and it's all brown inside, and you're like, very embarrassing. So I brought a few spares just in case that happens. Okay? So I'm going to have to chop up these shrimp. So let me get them out of the ice water with my spider that is in here. Okay? The ledge here. All right, pick out all the ice cubes. We're not putting them in. I'm not going to make you watch me chop all these. I'll just chop enough for TV land. Sorry. Did I cut you off? All right. All right. A few more. Okay. chop these babies up. There's a nice cute kid. All right. Chop them into little bits so they match the size of the other vegetables that I already chopped. This is like a really nice summer lunch. Bring it along, put it in your picnic box, whatever. Bring it to a party. You know, what do I bring? I'm AIP. You know, oh, nobody's gonna like my food. You know, so this is perfect for that. Okay, this could be your go-to. Bring along dish for potlucks and whatnot with people in the real world that they eat whatever the heck they want. Yeah, it must be nice. Okay, so. All right. Now, I'm just going to put some of these vegetables into the marinade pot here. Then I'm going to add the shrimp. Okay, excuse me. Fold that together. I'm folding everything together first. Then I'm going to dice the avocado and add at the very last thing because, like I said, I don't want it to get all mushed up, okay? So, I'm sorry. This is the moment of truth. Okay, good. That's a good one. We got ourselves a good one. And that's a sharp knife. I cut right through the pit. Did you see that? I know. Yeah. Good reflexes. Try not to be jealous. One more time. All right. Pit dry. So just scoop it out with a spoon. You guys know how to do this, right? This isn't like something fancy chef trick or something, right? Okay. Boom. 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 All right, get this mess out of vision. Come on. Dice. Final ingredient into our ceviche, and then we'll plate. Okay. Oops. Thank you. Just like my house, not enough counter space. All right. There we go. Folding it in gently. And if you're like, oh no, I put too much marinator there, then just scoop it out and put it into like another bowl and leave this puddle at the bottom. There's no need to like inflict that on everybody. They don't want it. You don't want it. It's too oily. No big deal. Because I do a little bit of non-measuring sometimes. I know everyone cooks like that, so don't worry about it. If you just say, oh, I could just drain it. Okay, so now I'm going to plate. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to plate some for you. Fresh and delicious on a hot, muggy Boston day. Does anyone have any questions about AIP cooking, what in general? Yes, miss.
What kind of apples did you use?
Granny Smith apples.
Okay. Is that your recommended?
Yeah, the tartness is really nice, but if you prefer to go a little on the sweeter side, you can use any apple you want, honestly. Something's in season by your house, use whatever you like.
You leave the skin on?
Excuse me?
Peel it?
No, peel it.
Peel it?
Definitely peel it. Yeah. It's too tough otherwise. It's too tough. Yeah. Anybody else? Question? Good point. What I like to do, we're from Florida, I like to get the locally caught Gulf shrimp. Just get the locally caught ones, whatever you can, and just, and usually they'll come head on, say they've never been frozen, and that's how I always roll. I always try to get the locally caught ones. I mean, Florida has, we're lucky we have our own, but, otherwise I would just say, get from the northeast cold waters. Don't get Ecuador and Mexico and China. No, none of those. Yeah. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns? Yes, ma'am.
Are there any AIP menu items that are on the menu that use parsley? You mentioned that you use it a lot.
Did I
Use parsley a lot
use parsley a lot?
in your cooking.
I use parsley a lot when I want to go for the Italian and Mexican flavor profiles. So, do I have it in a lot of my AIP dishes on the menu now? No, I don't. But, it's definitely one of my favorite herbs. I use it a lot. What is the last thing I just put in? I'm trying to remember. Bolognese sauce I'm working on. I'm working on an AIP bolognese right now. And I'm going to perfect that sucker. And you guys will be psyched, and it's going to be awesome. And, that's basically that. So, yeah. Any other questions? Or yes?
Who is your, or who inspired you to become a chef?
My dad. Yeah, he owned a luncheonette, and he was, working 4 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, slinging hash, and watching him work, and his work ethic, and his passion for it, and everything, and loving the work one-on-one with the customers. He's the kind of guy, you see the guy, the customer, Joe, walking across the parking lot, he'd have the eggs on the grill already. By the time Joe sat down on the stool, they were right in front of him. So he grew up with that, and then just kind of, I love food, and so I just decided to make it into a career, Not an easy career, very difficult, hard back-making career, but nonetheless, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Is this recipe available anywhere now?
Excuse me?
Is this recipe available anywhere?
I think they have it on the website for Paleo Effects.
Okay.
Yeah, if not, we'll post it on our website, paleoonthego.com. I cannot because we freeze our food. I can't freeze cucumbers. Yeah, it'll be a mess. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
What's the biggest challenge when it comes to AIP cooking?
Well, trying to overcome your wishing that you can use certain things that you can't use. You have to just forget it and just move on. And, the baking is like the hardest. Working with the very finicky flours that are permitted. Almond flour is easy compared to the AIP flour. It's absolutely easy to work with, and not being able to use eggs. It gets tricky. The baking that's where I'm really focusing a lot of energy right now, is to get better and better at it. We have a lot of great products right now that we're making, the empanadas, the paleo tarts, the pot pies, and all kinds of great stuff. But we're always looking to come up with new things that nobody else has. Our AIP cake, I was jumping up and down when I came up with that one. Seriously, jumping up and down. It took me so long to figure out how to make that. But, trial and error. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Trial and error, Anyone else? Questions, comments? All right. Thank you very much.
Nice job.
Enjoy the rest of the convention.
All right.